Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Today, I guess we're moving on. I don't remember if I've presented everything to you. I think we're good to go. I need to go talk to Larry and question him on his... Oh, right, we're gonna go check out Heavenly Hall. Alright, let's go check that out then. Oh, Lord. Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them into Japan. Next is gonna be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Ah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh, be quiet and listen. I knew it. I should have done that. I blew it again. Done that. What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection. What the... Edgy, you dirty rat! Gumshoe, you oaf! I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What do you got to say for yourself? One second, let me just... What's with the pictures? That's a horrible graffiti problem you've got there, pal. You don't know anything, detective. This is my art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris. Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is? It's how the artist himself defines it, right? I should have seen that one coming. Well, if that's the case, then all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. Yeah, you're a real artist when it comes to weenies. The straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow. Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look. Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense. You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven because that thing is hell. You would do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people. But I mean... He's almost got a point. That bridge has not got the best reputation. This is the Eagle River, sir. Well, I guess it's more so the river. No, it's the bridge because it's broken out. It runs pretty fast, so it isn't iced over, even in the winter. If it had iced over, Wright would have been in some serious trouble. You're right about that. He would have landed on the ice and slid downstream to who knows where. Not exactly what I meant, but alright. He hated him for he spoke the truth. These go all the way to Dusky Bridge. It's a pretty long but easy walk. I fell down 4 times on my way down here, sir. Oh, sorry about that, detective. I ate 4 bananas and tossed their peels on the stairs on the way down here. What? That's what I was slipping on? Careful on the way back. Those deadly banana peels are still out there. That's a real important piece of information right there, Mr. Edgeworth. I bet. What is this festive-looking ornament? It reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami. Remember? Oh yeah, you were never any good at it. Really? Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold a dollar, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing. Really? I never would have expected that. Be quiet already. I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can make a perfect 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw. You know, Edgy? Nothing for nothing, but a 1/4-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy. Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Look at the bridge. It's a little far, but I have a pretty clear view of Dusky Bridge from here. I still can't believe it. Really? What is it, Larry? Huh? Nothing. It's nothing. Sounds pretty suspicious to me. Something about that statement smells, you know what they say. Larry needs a shower. Heavenly Hall. What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Alright, tell me about Iris. Listen to me, Etchy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I made up my mind about it. I'm gonna marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He never imagined I would marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? Pay out the wazoo for a hospital bill. Oh god, that reminds me. I'm not gonna get into it. I may have already mentioned it in a previous video. It might not have been an Ace Attorney video. Ooh, but I'm mad about hospital bills right now. Let me tell you that. What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're gonna have to drag him on the witness stand. Alright, you wanna tell me where you were? Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay. Chill out with those scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible? You're not gonna tell me what it was? You're gonna make me play the guessing game? Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hadn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Okay. Take that. I saw the iris in the background. I thought there was like a woman in a window somewhere. Is this all the same dialogue or did it change? Now you're gonna tell me where you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. That was a bit too easy. Around 10 o'clock, it started thundering. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me, because something. Yeah, this is all the same thing. Fire, just caught fire. Still 3 remaining psycho locks. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? So he was here in Heavenly Hall, right? It's possible for you've seen it. It's the temple map. The place you witnessed the lightning striking was here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was, naturally, Heavenly Hall. Whoa, why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now, tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a faire de cour. I think you mean a faire de... I don't know. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh, no. You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Oh, was it Iris? You didn't send her that blackmail letter, did you? There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before! Don't call me Larry! The person you were waiting for was... Iris! Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hot sister Iris, huh? We know... You said you were gonna marry her! Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line in this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. How would... it can't be the blackmail letter. Right? That wouldn't make sense. And we know you like her, you said something. Okay, it can't be the blackmail letter, but I'm gonna send it anyway. Oh my god, it was a blackmail letter. Here's your evidence. You called her to the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh! First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. I'm so sorry! God dang it, Larry. Just tell me what you were doing. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? What did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly it can melt all the snow on this mountain. Then what's the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Oh, you're delusional. I see. Obviously, she wouldn't want old lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair? Alright, then why'd you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's what all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Oh, I don't. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's so hiding something, I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy just said a minute ago. I know, last night, something incredible. He's right. Larry! What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're gonna tell me, Larry, one way or another. So tell me about it. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Oh, should I have titled this episode Psycho Locks 5? No! Well, what's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I'm just about to have it with this harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Oh, damn it, I should have kept the last episode going. Oh, this episode's gonna take forever. Unless I stop the trial midway through. This is supposed to be a quick 20-minute, 30-minute episode of investigation. Because I got things to do. God dang it, I'll have to stop the trial midway through. Oh my, Mr. Luis feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not, and in any case, whether it was that he saw on the night of incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Luis is a witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very incident in which you carried out the crime. I just wanted to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Denim. Apparently, according to a comment, it's pronounced like Denim, like antonym. So Denim. Elise Denim. I still don't know what the joke in her name is supposed to be, if she even has one. Most characters do, so I assume there's a joke there, but I don't know French. That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth... I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself, whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. I am not capable. I am not a defense attorney. Didn't Edgeworth want to become a defense attorney, though? Where is the prosecutor? Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... You know, Franziska? Hey! The prosecution... Oh, you're German. How do you do a German accent? Oh, that's a good question. How do you do a German accent? The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance, you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, huh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor. Ms. Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There's no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't. But I'm sure once before in this courtroom. I told you there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. But bailiff, remove that whip. I have no objection to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I'd expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I can read. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my courtroom. Ooh, stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Ms. Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is famed picture book author Miss Elise Denim. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo into the crime scene.
There's no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there's a witness to her crime.
There's always a witness. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
You need a box? Fitness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold on here. I'm not sure about not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up and nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it, Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now.
The courtroom is not the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once.
You want me to leave?
We need to get your bikinis on a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer.
Yeah, I bet. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movement. What? Oh, you're Canadian.
Tell us about your own movements that night, eh?
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. But, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up. Violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, so then I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement you just made.
There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle, now are you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
When I was helping an acolyte in her training, it was Maya.
What is this inner temple?
Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right?
We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam.
In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. It's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It is all quite exacting. It can be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies.
A tutor with a whip in your case? If that's the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place?
You see, your back likes to act up violently.
Violently?
That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and a fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. Wahaha.
On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was gonna finally finish me off.
Okay. You left Iris to help the acolyte. Okay, I see the issue, but we'll keep pressing. You left Iris to help. With what?
What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercise proper.
Was it your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris at the Inner Temple, correct?
Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
There's no bath in the Inner Temple, you need a long, hot soak. So you returned to the Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath.
My back is to blame for everything. It's a do-or-be-done-in kind of world, after all.
How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? Ah, this is why you have to watch the young ones.
What are you going on about? I was...
Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth.
The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick-me side stuck to the defense's bench? Hey, welcome to my world, Edgeworth. Anyway, I couldn't afford to be long away from my post for too long, so you understand, so... It was after I finished as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take away a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right, in other words. It was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There's only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Okay, well the issue is that you didn't leave Iris anywhere, because she didn't go to the temple. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after the ringing lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No, she said that? A defendant or a witness? Who was more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. I make a good point. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? You're not. Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means... we must call your memory into question. Dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what I... My memory is perfect. Crystal clear, especially in winter. Oh, do you just get like a memory boost in the winter? Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please, add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Let's return to the cross-examination. But, let's see. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. She wasn't, but I'll press you anyway. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, Sick, and I made a mistake. An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. She gave it to Phoenix. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wahaha! Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Iris she saw could have been missing this very hood. Well! It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order in the court! Witness your response! Sister, this hood, you have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, huh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. If there's a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in a human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony.
Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more simulation to bear fruit. Contradictory simulation. After my bath.
Alright, well, we'll take a look at her testimony next time.
Thanks for watching.
If you liked what you saw, like or subscribe button down below. Don't forget to check out the main channel, and if you're interested in me live on Twitch, or sometimes I stream live, you can check out that link down in the description below. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next one. So, take care.